So now, yeah, I've not recorded in a week or so. The other week I went for the State of the Kenya Film Industry Summit, which was organized by Kenya Film Commission and Kenya Film and Television Professionals Association, KFTPA. Now, the what I wanted to talk about today, what I wanted actually to review is Denzel Washington's latest Equalizer 3. Now, like most people, I'm a big fan of Denzel. Denzel is legendary in his craft. Always owns the character so much. I think this franchise, the Equalizer franchise, is just he owned it. Now I don't think, just like Keanu on his franchise, these are the kind of actors that actually embody everything that we aspire to, when we are doing films. So this particular one is kind of the same as the others, he's protector, looking to defend the weak and all that. There will not be spoilers, obviously, because the movie is out and, you can watch it. But maybe just if you want to extra motivation to go watch it, if you like action, if you like that old school action, revenge kind of movies, this is really it. And on this one, Denzel is a lot older these days. So seeing him pull off this action flicks, so to speak, is actually admirable because he owns the age, and it's more about the smartness. If you watch the others, it's like how he calculates everything and how he'll get to the next step. On this particular one, it's not so obvious because there's some things he didn't plan that happened, and then he has to adjust and get on. Because on this particular one, he is in an Italian town somewhere, and there's a run-in with the mafia and whatnot. And he actually went there to heal from previous encounter. So if you watch this film, it's the first film that I haven't really, because a lot of the current films, they have spots where they just extend the either dialogue or scenes just for the sake of the runtime, not because something is actually happening or building tension or building a character or things like that. So on this particular one, even where it's a bit slow, when he's healing up and whatnot, there's things that happening in between, the gangsters, him getting fitter, whatnot. All these things play so beautifully in this story because you're carried with the guy through this journey. There's no explosions everywhere all the time, action, running, but there's an actual effort to try and build the characters. The character development of, say, the townspeople where he's staying at the moment, that you're not really exposed to these people so much, but because of what they've shown, you care about them and what will happen to them. And it's for that reason, because a lot of the times these days, characters come in and out of a story just to come out, plug a weakness in the script, or use it, or you need to go meet this person who will give you this information, go to the next person who will give you this information to get to the little McGuffin, and those kinds of stories. And they don't make you care so much for the characters. In this particular one, being what it is, I know exactly what to expect from such a movie, but still I'm carried along and care about the characters. The people being oppressed by the mafia on this town, the little businessman, the preacher, the whatnot, all these bills. That's like, for film, you have to make people care about your characters and their endeavors in the film. And such a film, because most action films they really just brush through this, but on this one, a bit part of the mid part of the movie, they really went in to show his interaction with his townspeople, where it's come from, and really it exposes who they are. They are building this town as this communal town where everybody cares for the other, like how you'd expect, say, how communities are, villages are, and whatnot, where everybody knows everyone's business, they know each other, they care that, for example, there's one point where a business is burnt down by the mafia, then these guys come in and support and clean up and whatnot. So all these actions, while we understand them to be what they are, our humanity and whatnot, if you don't properly put them in a movie, they do not, and more in a more honest way, they do eventually you don't end up caring for the characters if it's not done correctly. That's why, despite the big budgets, like say would I call Equalizer like a blockbuster? Maybe just below what those $1 billion, 500-600 million dollar movies. But the experience from those loud explosions and effects and what to this more toned down, more measured storytelling, it's very clear. It's not about the explosions. It's not about all that, those effects and whatnot. It's more about trying to reach to the people that are watching the film, to care about the characters, to care about the actions, to really want something out of it. It doesn't have to be like, for example, everything works out perfect. A good guy can die. That's part of life. That's what happens. So if you're not able to put that in your film, it kind of tones it down. Where these days you'd see somebody who basically has no flaws. Like you have a good guy with no flaws and a bad guy with no redeeming qualities. I think those kind of characters are very shallow. They're very cartoon-like. It's only in cartoons that you'll see an evil through and through person. And that's why I think the character of Thanos, for example, endeared itself to many people. You remember that character because even despite his obvious misconceptions about how to solve things, as at least the way we are thinking about it, because some people say, oh, Thanos was right. I mean, you can have an argument for that. And you see, once you put your mind in that position, in that state of, that state, it's quite obvious that you'll find that character more interesting. Like, why can't I just hate this person through and through? And that's why, characters like that do develop like this mixed emotions in people, and it makes them more interesting, makes the storytelling around them more interesting. So this is what I have to say about Equalizer 3. I did like it very much, and I think you should go and give Denzel that view, because he's done great work all through his career. And I think as far as an outstanding actor goes, somebody who respects his craft, respects what he does, is not into all this identity politics. So you never hear Denzel complain about being black, that he has to do roles, because he doesn't have to. He's good, he's professional, his color is secondary. Do you understand? Otherwise, you can share this, you can subscribe, you can like, comment, do all those things that are wonderful for the algorithm to push me towards. I'm about to be at 200 subscribers. By the way, thank you guys who came in after my Kibe video, and you really you moved me from, I think, 70 or so subscribers to almost 190 plus. Big up yourselves. I'll continue to produce this video. My next video will be to do a rundown of what the summit on the state of the Kenya film industries. So many people talked, what they talked about. I'm going to have that rundown. I have posted a few videos about people that I talked to there, mostly filmmakers who are doing their own thing and what they thought that was going to achieve. So tomorrow or the day after, I'll post that video, and then we can continue with the content creation. Peace.